Next we will discuss two greedy algorithms called Prim's and Kruskal's algorithm. Before we discuss these algorithms, so basically these algorithms are used to find the minimum spanning tree from a graph. So before we try to understand that algorithm, let's try to understand what minimum spanning tree is. And before we understand minimum spanning tree, we need to have an idea that what spanning tree is. So going by the definition, spanning tree of a graph is a subgraph that contains all the vertices and is also a tree. That is, all the vertices are connected. Or taking it simply, spanning tree is a minimum number of edges that connect all the vertices. So in this particular case, you can see that this is a graph. So it has several number of edges. But do we need all the edges to connect these vertices? So in spanning tree, what we do is that we have minimum number of edges that are required to connect all the vertices. So here we have 4 vertices, A, B, C and D. So even if I remove these 2 edges, so let's say I remove these 2 edges. So are these vertices still connected? Yes, they are. You can reach to A using from any of these vertices. Can I reduce this even further? Yes, I can. So if let's say I remove this particular edge, so I get my graph as this. So this is a subgraph. Subgraph is nothing but a part of the graph. So this subgraph has all the vertices, and are these vertices connected? Yes, they are. I can reach A from any of the vertices, I can reach C from any of the vertices. So this is a graph that is having minimum number of edges to connect all the vertices. So I can say that this is a spanning tree. Now the question is, can we have only a single spanning tree for a particular graph? So now the question is this the only spanning tree available? Now let's try to construct another spanning tree. So if I put my spanning tree as this, if I represent my graph like this, so this is also another spanning tree. So one thing to note here is that in order to connect 4 vertices, I am always needing 3 edges. So in case of spanning tree, the number of edges required to connect all the vertices is, so let's say the number of vertices is V, so the number of edges in a spanning tree is V minus 1. There could be various spanning tree available. So this is one of them, this is one of them, and I can also put this as this. So these are the various representation of a spanning tree. So this is all about spanning tree. Just revising it, spanning tree is nothing but just the minimum or number of edges that can connect all the vertices. So I want that whatever is the result coming out should have all the vertices, and all the vertices should be connected to each other. Now let's see what is minimum spanning tree. Now what is a minimum spanning tree? Going by the definition, a minimum spanning tree of an undirected graph is a tree formed from graph edges that connects all the vertices of the tree and has minimum weight. So here the Kruskal's and Prim's algorithm work for undirected graph. We will talking about undirected graph. So the graph could be weighted as well as non-weighted. So if I talk about the weighted graph, so what minimum spanning tree is that? It's nothing but just a spanning tree that has the minimum weight. So we have seen earlier that there are various spanning trees that are possible. So in case of unweighted graph, in case this graph was not weighted, so all these trees or spanning trees have the same weight. So all of them are minimum spanning tree. So it may happen that if more than one edge has identical weight, then we can have a more than one minimum spanning tree possible. But in case we have a unique weight for each edge, we will have a single minimum spanning tree, because only single spanning tree will have the minimum weight. Now we will talk about the minimum spanning tree. So a minimum spanning tree of an undirected graph is a tree formed from graph edges that connects all the vertices of the tree and has minimum weight. So whatever algorithm we'll be talking about will work for undirected graph, Prim's as well as Kruskal's. Now, as we have discussed in the graph session, that a graph could be weighted or unweighted. In case of unweighted graph, we consider that all the edges have similar weight. So this and this both are the minimum spanning tree. So minimum spanning tree is nothing but a spanning tree that has the minimum weight. So if we consider this, all these edges having a identical weight, so this is also a minimum spanning tree and this is also a minimum spanning tree. But in case we have different weight for different edges, so this is a weighted graph in which each edge has a different weight. So again, if I put weight to this particular spanning tree as per this graph, I will have my spanning tree as these weights. So the overall weight for this graph will be 30 plus 40 plus 20, which is 90. In this case, we have 30, 40, 10. Another possible minimum spanning tree could be, so this is 40, 20, 10. Or we can have this, which is 30, 10, 20. Let's say this has weight as 5 and 1. So I can also have minimum spanning tree as, we have A, we have B, we have D. So we have seen that these are the 4 spanning trees that could be possible. So let's calculate weight of each of them and let's see which is having the minimum weight. So in this case, our weight is 90. Here we get weight as 80. In this case, we have weight as 70. And here we get weight as 60. So I can say that this particular spanning tree is having the minimum weight. So for this particular graph, this is my minimum spanning tree. So the Prim's and Kruskal's algorithm work around this problem statement, finding a minimum spanning tree for a given graph. So let's see what these algorithms are. We will start with Prim's algorithm. So till now we have seen that what is a minimum spanning tree. Now let's try to understand that how do we implement or how do we come out with a minimum spanning tree for a given graph using Prim's algorithm. So as I have said before also that there are 2 algorithms to get the minimum spanning tree. One is Prim's algorithm and one is Kruskal's algorithm. So let's see what happens in case of Prim's algorithm. So what happens in case of Prim's algorithm is, let's say I am given a graph. So this is my graph. These are the weight of each edges. So A to B has weight as 7, A to C has weight as 8, B to D has weight as 6, C to D has weight as 7, B to F weight as 4, and similar is the case with other edges. So what we do in Prim's algorithm is, we start with a vertex. That could be any vertex. So let's say I choose A. So what will I do is that I will take A. I will choose A and I'll bring A here. So what I am trying to do in case of Prim's algorithm is that every time, after every iteration, I try to add a new vertex in my minimum spanning tree. So you can say that this is my spanning tree, and in this spanning tree, initially I added any one vertex. So based on certain rules, we keep on adding the vertex in this spanning tree. So let's say initially I added A. Now what are the rules based on which we keep on adding new vertex? So what happens is that, let's say I have taken A. Now what will I do? I will search for the neighbors of A. Like who are the neighbors of A? So we can see here that A has 2 neighbors, B and C. B has weight as 7, C has weight as 8. Okay, so after I know that these 2 vertices are reachable from A. These are the neighbors of A. So among all the vertices which are reachable from the vertices there in this spanning tree, we choose that what is the minimum weighted edge. So in this case, we have 2 vertices which are reachable from A, and we choose which particular edge is having minimum value. So here I can say that A to B is having minimum value, because obviously A to C is having value 8, which is greater than 7. So what will I do? I will include B here, minimum spanning tree. So once I have included the vertex B, now what happens that, let's revise that what are the new vertices that are reachable to us now. So C is reachable from A. From B, I can see that we can reach to D, to C and to F. So what I have said before also, that what we do is that we try to see that what are the vertices that are reachable or that are connected from the vertices already included in the spanning tree. So if I say that this is my spanning tree, I'm building the spanning tree. What are the vertices that are reachable from the vertices already there in the spanning tree? So the vertices that are already there in the spanning tree are A and B. From A we have B and C reachable, but since we have already included B in this spanning tree, so we don't want to care about B. So what will I do? I will remove B from here. Now since I have already included B, I will see that what are the neighbors of B. So neighbors of B are D, C and F. Now I will put the weight of each edge here. So what is the weight I am putting is, let's say if I put in front of D I put 6, which means this is the weight from B to D. From B to C we have 3. From B to F we have 4. Now I can see that in this case I have B to C is less than A to C. Then obviously if I am wanting minimum spanning tree and I can see that a particular vertex can be reachable in a minimum value or in a lesser value, then obviously I will opt for that particular value. So I will discard this. So I will have my latest weight for C as 3, because obviously if I can reach to 3 using this edge, why do I need to go to this particular edge? So now I have these 3 vertices that are reachable from these 2 vertices, and I want to see that which particular vertices is having the minimum value. So I can see that B to C is having the value as 3, which is minimum. So what will I do? I will include B to C. So I include B to C, I get C. Now I have 3 vertices in the minimum spanning tree, and we have already included C in the spanning tree, so I'll remove C from here. Now I'll see that what are the vertices that are reachable from C. So we have F, we have C to D, we have C to B, but since we have already included B in the spanning tree, we will ignore B. Now I will update the value of F and D. So value of C to F is 3, value of C to D is 4. Again, now here F is reachable from 2 vertices, one from B, we have B to F as 4, weight as 4, we have C to F, weight as 3. So obviously if I have to choose between the two, I will be choosing C to F. So let me remove this from here. So now again you can also see that B to D is also having the similar case. C to D is having less value than B to D. So I'll remove this from here also. So the 2 vertices that are reachable as of now are F and D. And what is the minimum among the 2? It is F. So I will add F. Now I have added F. Let's see what are the neighbors of F. Okay, so we have D as the neighbor of F. We have E as the neighbor of F. So the value of D is 2. E to F is 2. Okay, so as of now, let's consider that. Let's take unique edges. Let's say E to F is 1. So here my value becomes 1. Now what is happening? Again we have, in order to include D, we can have 2 edges. We have C to D and we have F to D. But since F to D is having less value, so I will take into consideration the edge F to D. Now I will remove this. F is already included. So again I have 2 vertices, D and E. I will see that which is the minimum, E. So I will include E. Now again D is the neighbor of E. What is the value of E to D? It is 5. So E is having neighbor D with value 5. So what am I doing is, I am checking that whether is this the minimum age for D to be reachable? No. As you can see that F to D is having value 2. So I will ignore this. And since this is the only vertices left in the graph, I will add this. Sorry, it's going to be F to D, this thing. So this is my minimum spanning tree. So what we are doing in minimum spanning tree is that every time we are trying to include a new vertex, and using various rules. So what we are doing in here is that every time, in every iteration, we are trying to include a new vertex in the minimum spanning tree, and we keep on doing this unless the number of all the vertices are included. So let's see the algorithm and let's see that how this thing is happening. So we see that every time a new vertex is included, these values get updated. So let's see how the values gets updated, and let's see the algorithm. So this is the algorithm for finding minimum spanning tree using prims. Now let's see what are these steps. We will go through the same graph again to find the minimum spanning tree using these steps, so things will be much more clear to you. So very first thing that we do is that we create a set, MST set, that keeps track of vertices already included in MST. So we had seen that we had a graph here, and then we were adding vertex one by one. So what MST set is doing, that let's say initially I have only A. So my MST set initially will be just A. So when I add B, my MST set will be having value as B. So as I keep on adding new vertex, I keep on updating my MST set. So MST set is nothing but just an array that is keeping track of the vertices that are included in the minimum spanning tree. Okay. Now what we are doing is that assign a key value to all vertices in the input graph. Initialize all key values as infinite. Assign key values as 0 for the first vertex so that it is fixed first. Okay, so let's say this is my graph. This is the graph that we went for. This is the key value. So what is this key value? So key is just an array. What key is containing is the minimum weight of edge from that particular edge between the parent of that particular key and the key. Okay, so here again going back, so we kept value of, you can think of these values as keys. So we did not put them formally in an array. So initially what we did, we kept value of B as 7. So value of B is 7, which means that A to B is 7, A to C is 8. Here if we put that D is 6, which means that B to D is 6. So what we are keeping here is that we have two things here. We have key as well as parent. So key is keeping this value 6 and parent is keeping this value, that the parent of this particular node is B or C. So it is nothing but just the node adjacent to that particular node. So in this case, initially the parent of D was B. So here we have a key array and we have a parent array. Key is containing the, as I said, key is containing the weight of the edge from the parent of that particular vertices to that particular vertex. And we are keeping initially as infinite because all the vertices are unreachable in the beginning. And we are keeping vertex of A as 0. So whatever we saw here, that we started with a initial vertex. So whatever initial vertex we are starting with, we will keep it as 0. Why are we keeping it as 0? We will see. And we will also keep the parent of that initial vertex as -1. Why? Because that is the root, it is not having any parent. Okay, now let's go through the other steps. So again, as you can see, assign key value as 0 for the first vertex so that it is picked first. So what we are doing, as we saw that every time we are trying to pick an edge, or we are trying to pick a vertex such that the edge is having the minimum value, or such that the key is having the minimum value among all the vertices. So if we put it as 0 and we go for the first run, we will pick vertex A because A is having the minimum value. Now, while MST set does not include all the vertices, so we will have a kind of while loop and we will keep running this loop unless all the vertices are not there in the minimum spanning tree. What we will do, pick a vertex U which is not there in MST and has minimum key value again. So initially my MST set, here we will also maintain MST set. So initially my MST set is empty. What am I doing is, pick a vertex U which is not there in MST set and has minimum key value. So every time we will pick a vertex from here which is having value as minimum and is not here in the MST set. Now include U to MST set. Obviously we pick it from here and put it in the MST set, and update key value to all adjacent vertices of U To update the key values, iterate through all adjacent vertices. For every adjacent vertex v, if weight of edge u minus v is less than previous value of v, update the key value of weight as u minus v. So as we saw here, that C was reachable from A also and B also. But since B to C had lesser value, we update the key of C as 3. So let's try to run this particular algorithm. Okay, so let's try to execute this particular algorithm using this particular graph. So initially we have key as 0 and for the rest of them it's infinity. For parents it's -1. MST set is empty. Now what is the first step that I will do? I will go through this key and I will find that what is the minimum key value. So initially we can say that minimum key value is A. So I will include A in the MST set. Now what will I do? This is my spanning tree, let's say. I will go to this step. Update key value of all adjacent vertices of U. So I will go through all the adjacent vertices of A. So initially adjacent vertices of A are B and C. So let's say my key array will get updated. So B will have value as 7, C will have value as 8 and rest of them will remain infinite. Okay. Now what I have to do is that after we have updated this value, again what will I do? I will pick minimum from this. So minimum is B. So I will add B. Now again I have added B. Okay, so I will also update the parent. So parent of B is going to be A, since we are including this as A to B. Now we have included B. Now I will check for all the adjacent vertices of B and I will update this key set. So A will remain as it is, B will remain as it is. So I can see that the adjacent vertices of B are C, F and D. So B to C is 3. So now C is having value as 8. But I can see that B to C is 3, which is lesser than 8. So what will I do? I will update key value of C as 3. Yes. Now we have B to D as 6. I will put B to D as 6. Key value of D as 6. Now we have E and F are still not reachable. So I will keep them infinite. Now again, okay, I will also update my MST set. Again, I will go through this key array. I will pick up the minimum value. So my minimum value is 3. So the 3 is for C. So I will include C in this particular graph. So C is included from which particular vertex? From B. So I will put this. And I will update parent of C as B. Now we have B, C also in the set. I will update my MST set. Now I will check for all the adjacent vertices of C. So we have F, D and B. But since B is already included, I will ignore B. I will update the key of F and D. So let's see what is the value of F. So F is infinite and since 3 is less than infinite, so obviously this will be updated. Okay, let me write it here. It's getting confusing. F. Okay, so D is, you can see that D is also reachable. So what is the value of C to D? It is 4. And currently D is having key as 6. So since 4 is less than 6, I will update this. And we have E still unreachable. Okay, so again I have updated my key set. I will check for the minimum value. So here the minimum value is F. So this is also the minimum value, but since this is already included, we'll ignore this. So here the minimum value is 3. Again, this is for F. So I will include C to F. And I'll update parent of F as C. I will also put F in the MST set. Now I will look for the neighbors of F. So neighbors of F are D and E. So as you can see that F to D is 2 and F to E is 1. And I can see that key of D here is 4. So since 2 is less than 4, I will update this. Again, I'll choose the minimum value. Okay, so E is also reachable. Sorry, so I'll update E also as 1. So we have just these two vertices that are left, that are not included in the minimum spanning tree. From these two, I will see that which is the minimum. One is minimum, so I will update this and I'll put parent of E as F. Since we have only D left, I will also add D, and since key of D is 2, which is from F, so I will update F D as well. Parent of D as F. So this is my minimum spanning tree. So this is how we go for Prim's minimum spanning tree algorithm. Next, let's try to understand Kruskal's algorithm. So what happens that in case we have all the edges as unique, let's say all the edges have unique weights, in that case, okay, so let me take this as unique. In that case, the minimum spanning tree from Kruskal's as well as Prim's will be same. But in case they have identical edges, so which was the case here, it might happen that the spanning tree differ in case of both the algorithms. So Kruskal's algorithm is quite simple. What we do is that we sort all the edges in non-decreasing order of weight. So what we do is that, let's say these are the edges. What I do is that I sort them in the non-decreasing order of weight, which is I sort them in increasing order of weight. And till we have included v minus 1 edges in the spanning tree, what we do is that we pick the smallest edge and check that if that edge forms the cycle in this spanning tree. If cycle is not formed, we include the edge, else discard. So why we are checking that edge is formed is that in case of Prim's, we were including vertex, and including a new vertex can never form a cycle, but including a new edge can form a cycle. So if let's say this is my graph. If I include a new edge, then a cycle is formed. But in case I include a new vertex, then the cycle cannot be formed. So we need to check for the formation of cycle in case of Kruskal's. So let's see what's happening here. So let's say we have these edges. So we have A to B as 7. So let's first sort them. So what is the minimum edge? It's from E to F. Let me discard this. We have E to F as 1. Then we have D to E as 2. Or let's say. Then we have B to C as 3. Okay, so here we have two edges as 3. So we have C to E also as 3. Then we have B to E as 4. We have B to D as 6. Okay, we matched D to F. So we have, after this we have D to F as 5. We have B to D as 6. Then we have B to A as 7. And then we have A to E as 8. So what we have done, we have sorted the edges in the increasing order of their weight. Now what we have to do is that I will keep on picking up the edges from here and include that in the minimum spanning tree if it does not form a cycle. If the new edge forms a cycle, we will discard it. So let's try to understand this. So initially I have E to F as the minimum edge. So I will include E to F. Now we have D to E as the next minimum weight. So I will include D to E or E to D. So I can see that there is no cycle formed. So I will include. Now we have B to C. So we have B to C. So I will include B to C in the minimum spanning tree. Now we have C to E. So we have C to E, we will include that. Then we have B to E. Now in case I put B to E here, can I say that cycle will be formed? So if I put B to E, I see that cycle will be formed. So I ignore B to E. I ignore B to E. Now we have D to F as 5. Again, if I put D to F here, a cycle will be formed. So I ignore D to F. I check B to D as 6. Again, if I put B to D here, I get a cycle. So here also I ignore B to D. Then we have B to A as 7. So I put B to A. Is this forming a cycle? No. So I'll put B to A as here. Then we have A to E. Again, okay, sorry, this is A to C. So putting A to C will form a cycle. Anyways, after we have included A in the graph, we don't need to do further since we have already included V minus 1 edges. So this is how Kruskal's algorithm work. So that was all about Prim's algorithm and Kruskal's algorithm.